There's Texas Association of Community Schools. There's some information there. State budget proposals, bills filed. It goes through all the different bills. There's a lot more about career and technology and fine arts credit required. The pushback is getting in there. There's also on page 107 starts a study of the impact of state budget cuts on school districts in Texas. This is pretty interesting reading. It talks about how much discretionary funding did everybody lose. It also talks about what that actually looked like on school campuses throughout the state. And that's a pretty in-depth study that they did. They talked to administrators and teachers and looked at budgets around the state to put that in place. I believe you can even contact them and they can show you more of what happened in your local area, not just certain ones there. There's also a article in there on page 124 about Texas Rural News. This is the Texas Rural Education Association. We are a member of this. This is talking about when is a voucher not a voucher. And it talks about the situation where Dan Patrick has said he wants to fund the system of giving people a scholarship to a private school through tax deductible donations from businesses around the state. What it's basically saying is that even though that's a noble goal, the fact of the matter is if you give the business a tax deduction, you're pulling money out of the school fund. Because if they don't have to pay as many taxes in, there's not as much taxes from the spend. So it's still a voucher even though you're giving them a tax deduction. And that's part of what he's talking about there. There's some information on school safety in there. Then we also have on page 128 a deal about the EC Express, and it takes 2 kids. I thought it was a unique way of putting it. This is from the Equity Center, and it says, take 2 children, dress one in street clothes and work boots, dress the other child in competition track gear with the finest track shoes, give him starting blocks, more coaching, put him on a fast all-weather lane to run his race, give the first child a lane that is uneven and difficult to navigate, then move him 10 yards behind the starting line, start the race with a gunshot, photograph the finish, and publish the photo in the newspaper for everyone to see. Equating that to state accountability, because that's kind of what the state, they're equating that to the way the state is funding the schools and taking care of the different schools. There's information in there about probationary employee allowed to appeal the end of contract termination. That's a legal issue there. And then I have a partial list on page 134 of the schools that have passed the resolution to opposing vouchers. We are on that list. I don't think our name had been put on it when I pulled this list off the internet. This is one list from TASB. TASA has another list. There's about 80 to 85 schools now on that list. It was the last that I saw on the numbers. And then you have the baseball schedule and the softball schedule. And the tennis schedule should be there, but I'm not seeing it. Did we not get it in there? I will get that to you next month. We just didn't get it copied in there. Also, another bill that came in late, and this one may be of interest. This was handed out to you. It's got a, oh no, you know what? I'll give that to you in a minute because that deals with something else. I'll give that to you in a minute. I believe that's about it for mine. Yes, that's it for me. You have my reimbursements there. You can see that there. I haven't changed since, what, 11th month? November of 2012. There hasn't been any more.
Mr. Elson, Coach Patterson just texted and said the game's at 4:30 tomorrow.
4:30 tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
On Alaska Games, 4:30 here tomorrow.
Okay, this time let's go into closed session and ask Stacy and Mr. Kennedy to leave for a few minutes, and we'll get down. Items on the agenda is hiring with professional employees. I'd like to make a motion that we hire Chrisanne Earp for the position of certified classroom teacher for the remainder of 2012-13 school year. Second. Second motion? Motion made, seconded that we hire Chrisanne Earp for a certified classroom teacher for the remainder of 2012-2013 school year. All in favor? Yeah. Unanimous. Okay, next item's on the agenda.
Hold on.
Okay.
Did you
extending the principal's contracts, maybe?
Hold on a second. Wait.
She's trying to catch up. Hang on just a minute. Turn your computer off.
It ran out of battery,
Oh.
didn't it?
She's got a program now, she's got to sell it, but she can take it
Ready?
directly into it.
All right.
Get y'all.
Butch, I make a motion, we extend the principals, both principals' contracts through the 2014-15 school year.
I'll second.
Charlotte seconded. Okay, motion made and seconded that we extend the high school and elementary principals' contracts through the 2014-15 school year. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Ms. Kennedy.
Thank
You.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay,
Butch, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the superintendent's contract as presented. You bet.
Second.
okay, motion made and seconded that we approve the superintendent's contract as presented in the board packet.
Stacy seconded.
Stacy got it?
Stacy. All in favor? Unanimous. What's next?
The evaluation.
Hold on.
That's, I guess we have to adjourn, motion to get the
We got two
evaluation. in.
contracts, we got.
Was there something to be put on the agenda for next time?
Yes, Jennifer.
Do you want to do that now, or you just want to talk to me afterward?
Do we need to?
You don't have to do it in open session, we can talk afterwards.
Okay,
It's not a
that's
big
fine,
deal.
we'll do it later.
All you gotta do is let me know.
It's not bad.
That's good. Unless y'all want to approve the evaluation. You have to approve the evaluation.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Superintendent's evaluation.
Stacy, you wanna make that motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the superintendent's evaluation.
Okay.
Second?
I know you're going to second.
Who seconded it? Motion been made and seconded that the superintendent's evaluation be approved as presented. All in favor? Unanimous. Wow.
So that was
That's it, isn't it?
Charlotte and who?
Stacy,
That's it.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Charlotte.
Second the adjournment motion.
Motion made and seconded with adjourn. All in favor? Unanimous.